Welcome back. We're still reviewing The Punch. Who else has a story?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. So the Nigerian police force on Thursday said it had arrested a son and adopted daughter of Mr. John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu, for allegedly stealing the ailing actor's 50 million naira, being proceeds of donations to cater for the thespian's ailing health. You know, he was in the social media space, yes, while they were requesting for funds to be donated for his treatment. So the force, through the Force Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department, Alagbon in Ikoyi, Lagos State, said Onyeabuchi Okafor and Jasmine Okekeagwu, the ones that allegedly conspired to commit the crime. You know that from October 2023, when it was shown that the actor had to undergo about 5 surgeries and they were seeking further treatment abroad, they had to request for donations from the actor's fans. But the FCID, in a statement signed by the Public Relations Officer Mayegun Amina, said the arrest followed a petition received from Diamond Waves Law on behalf of the actor's wife, Stella Okafor. And he alleged that 2 of the sons of Mr. Ibu conspired with his adopted daughter, Jasmine, to defraud their father. That when they carried out investigations, they realized that they hacked his phones, reinstalled his app that was already deleted, and moved the 55 million away from his account. They also planned to relocate with the money because, you know, they had to look through their phones and see their engagements and chats. They realized that they had gone to registry. So I think 2 of them falsified, you know, just carried out a marriage ceremony at the registry. That's Jasmine Chioma Okekeagwu and Onyeabuchi Okafor. They had a sham marriage at the Ikoyi registry, and they got their visa ready in preparation to Japan with their father's money.
When Mr. Ibu was sick, this back and forth between both of them, from the wife camp accusing the children's camp. The children, in fact, I heard that she was an adopted daughter during that interview.
Yeah, we didn't know.
I wait to hear from the lawyers as well.
Wow. Okay, so U.S. court finds Nigerian blogger $50,000 for defaming MFM General Overseer.
Wow.
And so this vlogger, Funke Ashekun, had gone on our YouTube page to say some things about the MFM General Overseer, Dr. Daniel Olukoya. And because she's in the U.S., 3 other pastors in the U.S. belonging to, that were pastors of MFM, now
took her to court.
Took her to court.
Wow.
And in the court, there was a unanimous verdict stating that she was actually guilty, and so they slammed her $50,000. And in her response, she was saying that she had not even met those 3 people before, the 3 pastors. And so what rights do they have? Something like that. That they don't even know her personally, so why would they? And she was very, very particular about the fact that there was a woman among the 3 pastors who was also among them, and she was like, how can a woman take her to court for defaming somebody because she spoke against sexual assault? But gratefully, is it gratefully?
It's gratefully. If she was fined, she couldn't substantiate what she said in the videos.
Yeah, and it was even a unanimous verdict.
Whether she was a woman, she was a wing, she was a bird.
All right, let's move on to the Daily Sun. Mango killings, Defense Headquarters fumes. Invites CAN leadership, others over allegation against personnel. Ohanese slams security agencies over extortion on Southeast roads. I hold the Sun Awards in high esteem, Yahaya Gombe governor. Tinubu owes us an explanation on NNPCL's $3.3 billion emergency loan. This according to Article. Lagos considers setting up airline, set to begin construction of airport. Planned relocation of MDA's Northern Senators clash. Supreme Court affirms Governor Kefa's Aliyu Fubara's election. Enugu AFDB partner on investment others. FCT kidnapping. Military deploys special forces to come Abuja forest for terrorist bandits. Police rescue 14 victims, kill abductor, injure scores. Insecurity. State police remains panacea, says Katsina governor. What stories do we have in the Sun?
Yes, I have the FCT and the released kidnapped persons. According to the FCT Police Command, they rescued 14 kidnapped persons at the Ukia village in Nasarawa State bordering the FCT. And these victims were rescued by the anti-kidnapping units and the Ubochi Divisional Police Headquarters in the continued fight against kidnapping on Wednesday. The police PRO said the hostages were rescued on hot and they were released and reunited with their families. Also, the Defense Headquarters said it has deployed special forces to some of the hotspots in the FCT and across the country to conduct targeted operations to wipe out bandits, terrorists, and other criminal groups terrorizing the peace of the nation. They said the Defense Media Operations Director, Edward Buba, said this is, he listed some of the hotspots to include the Cashew Forest, Kwaku, Gombe, Gadoro, Tukuba in Kuje area, another Kawu, Igu, Tukolu, Gaba, Zuma 1, Zuma 2, Shere, Pape, Jikoko, and Bega areas of Abuja, Bwaria area as well, the Bwari FC Council area, where the major kidnapping of the girls that were killed happened. And so they are presently, releasing taking strong actions against that. They're also combing all the forests and surrounding the FCT and areas surrounding the FCT bordering other states as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a story.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have the story of Governor Yahaya of Gombe State, who got the award for the Governor of the Year, Son Governor of the Year.
Yahaya of Kogi State and the Gombe State.
No, it was Gombe, not Kogi.
Oh, okay.
Gombe Dogara, that's his name.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and he's a visionary governor. Well, the MD of Son and his management team, a couple of people went to Abuja to give him that award yesterday. Meanwhile, he was one of the nominees on the 9th of January, so they gave good reasons for giving him the award, crowning him as the Son Governor of the Year. So I want to list the one in education. I particularly like that. It says, in the education sector, your administration initiated and executed the construction of over 234 new classroom blocks across 80 schools in the state. You also renovated 190 classroom blocks across 47 schools to ensure that there's conducive learning. And then there's so much for the farmers as well, so much on economic reforms in Gombe State. And his response to it was also very humbling. He dedicated the award to Gombe State and its indigents. So we hope we have good governance, get into other parts of Nigeria, and we have lots of Yakubu Dogaras to celebrate in this year, 2024.
Amazing. Do you have a story?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So thousands of Christians in Kano pray for the peace of Nigeria. And so they started a weekly prayer yesterday in Kano State by the 5 blocks of the Christian Association of Nigeria, that's the CAN. And the 5 blocks include Catholics, CCN, Pentecostals, ECWA, and OIC. So those are the 5 blocks of the CAN. And the meeting started yesterday, the prayer started yesterday, and it was led by the chairman of the association and the bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Kano, John Umaza Inring. And one of the things they said was that there are lots of issues in the state, kidnapping, bandits, and all that. So it's required for them to come together to pray for the peace of Kano State and Nigeria as a whole.
That's a good one. While the religious leaders are praying, the leaders should be doing the work, yeah. So the Vice President of Ahaneze Ibu, Chief Damian Okeke, condemned the increasing roadblocks across the states in the southeast. He said proceeds from the roadblocks were mostly extortions, enough to constructed Niger Bridge in the region. He spoke yesterday at the 2024 General Assembly of the Association of Past Presidents General of Anambra State, APAS, of the Association of Anambra State Town Union, ASATU. And he said that ASATU was founded when the people in the state suffered harassment, intimidation, and extortion during the military administration. And one of the reasons they founded it was to help, their citizens to, avoid some of those maltreatments that was happening to them. And at the time that happened, they said during the military regime that the Igbo had no voice to speak for themselves, but that association was able to help them, and the military head at the time also listened. But now, from Onitsha to Ekulobia, you encounter not less than 10 roadblocks. And, today said the roadblocks have increased to their houses. Nobody's talking. The level of extortion there it's just so much. And you can't even imagine how much they make from those roads. That they keep saying that they are mounting those roadblocks to fight crime. However, they are not arresting anybody. They've not been able to catch anybody mounting those roadblocks. I took this story last week as well. And for it to still make the papers this morning, that means it's something that the government needs to look into. Do we need as much roadblocks in the Southeast as we have? Let's move on now. I think this will likely be the last paper. To the Vanguard. Plateau. Neighbors rejoiced while they burnt our houses. Survivor. Edo Governor poll. No quarrel between Oshomole and I, says Ize Yamo. I can't be intimidated out of this race. Shaibu. AFCON 2023. President Tinubu urges Super Eagles to change tactics, soar like eagles. Buhari's team left economy worse than met it, says Media Trust Chair. Federal government, Morocco intensify talks to fast-track gas pipeline project. Fort Mainland Bridge construction begins March, says Sanwo-Olu. Lagos Mall's investment in airline operations. Aborted 3 years voyage. Tourists call for probe. Why some CBN departments should be relocated to Lagos. This is according to Sanusi. So what stories do we have in the Vanguard?
Okay, so I have this AFCON 2023 story where the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has urged the Super Eagles to change their tactics and fire on all cylinders. And so this was made known by the Minister of Sports, John Owan Eno. He said that he had gone to the presidential villa for something else. And so the president called him and said, these guys, I watched their match. And one of the things he said was that they managed, he wasn't so impressed with what they played, even though they're off the group stages, but he wishes that they can change their tactics. So the minister was then telling the players on a Zoom call on Wednesday night that, you see, the president watches your matches, so you guys have to sit up. Right? Yes, it was so fun to
I think the
read.
president is also apprehensive of the Cameroon-Nigeria possible.
Yes.
The thing is giving all of us like this.
And this is a time where we women, to all of us, were watching.
Yes,
Everybody,
we are praying. This is where they need our prayers, our support. Thank you, ladies. That's all we can take in the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we go to our hot topic. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.